1,000 hair products and you still got hair problems and you don't know which way to turn. You don't know what you deserve. Let's talk hair. I got what you deserve. Let's talk hair. Let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair. Let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Let's talk hair. Let's talk hair.
Hello, everyone. We are live. I mean, live, honey. Welcome to Let's Talk Hair. This will be a wonderful show. Let me know in the chat if you all are tuned in. I have a few announcements. I have the beautiful Darlene Ray, which is our first place winner. Okay, on our Talk Hair to Me show, she's going to be speaking to you in just a second. But if you all just tuning in to Talk Hair to Me, you are in for a treat, honey. And when I say a treat, Talk Hair to Me is all about giving you the tea, giving you the information about what it takes to keep your hair healthy. We have all kinds of subjects, all kinds of special guests, but at the same time, the whole total goal is to make sure that you are understanding your texture and what to do. So, without any further ado, you guys, I want you all to actually just salute her, put it in the chat if you can see her. But we're going to be talking. My beautiful sister, which is Adrian Hughes. Hello, I hope you're back in town and safe. If not, you have a safe flight. So I thank God for so many different people tuning in. But without any further ado, we want to introduce to you the first place winner of none other of Talk Hair to Me, and she just awed us and just, I mean, the information that she knew about, it was so amazing. So y'all give a warm clap for Miss Darlene Ray. Yes. Thank you all so much. Darlene, Adrian says, I love her hair. Yes. Darlene works hard on taking care of hair. Right before Darlene speaks to you guys, that I want you to see the clip of her actually getting her prize and what she has to say to you. Hi, congratulations, Darlene Ray. You are the first place winner on the show Talk Hair to Me by Deserve Professional Hair Care Products. How do you feel about the products that you have?
I love the products. This illicit oil and the glossifier, and I also have the bonnet, but I've used several of the products and it really works for me.
Wow, looks like you got a little cash there too.
Oh yes, and that's wonderful too.
Yes, and if you want to be a winner like Darlene Ray, you need to log onto our website at deservehealthyhair.com and sign up so you can start getting messages about Talk Hair to Me that tunes in every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time. So Darlene is going to take us away. How did you win? How did you know so much about? Okay, you guys. So that's the time we have. I cut it out because I want Darlene to actually answer those questions. So Darlene, tell us about your healthy hair journey. Yes, tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, when I first came, thank you so much for having me on. When I first came, through old processing and had perm and color. So I came to Angela. She helped me to realize you probably perm in
your sound is a little muffled, a little bit. It's kind of like just a little bit. We hear you. It's just the speaker. Yeah.
Just move it over a little because I have it.
Now I hear you good now.
Okay. Yes, when I first came, I had hair that was damaged from perm and also color. And I came and listened to Angela, and she advised me that you probably don't need a perm. And I took her advice, and I started using her products. And here, this is what it looks like now.
Hmm. It looks good. So, Darlene, I noticed that we had a lot of questions. And so you were just kind of like throwing it out there. So, as a recap, how did you get so educated? I mean, you're like, a lot of clients come to the salon, they get their hair done. But what made you take education so serious about your own texture and just about the questions that you were answering? Like you were really on point.
Well, when you're going to your beautician or your salon specialist, you kind of got to do some things on your own too at your home. And so I started listening to the show at 2 o'clock on Sundays. And Angela has question and answer sessions. And some of it I kind of already knew. Dryness can cause breakage, some of the things, but she re-emphasized some of what I already knew. And so you're really concerned about your hair and being healthy. Her whole topic and her plan for our hair is to have it healthy, as well as looking nice and fluffy, and that was the key to it, because you want healthy hair as well.
Yes. Yes. And of course your hair, you look beautiful, your makeup. I love the blouse and everything. You just pay attention to that detail. So I want you to hang out with me today because we do have a little subject matter, and it's really because you um had a few issues with this subject matter because we're going to talk about chemicals. We're going to talk about the double chemical, which is the color and the relaxer. And we're going to also talk about the, especially that color, but the relaxer and the color is both can be very damaging. Can you give us a little experience on your hair because your hair is so healthy now? You're on your growing spurt, and of course, you can make choices. And so, but right before you answer that question, I have a little bit of a video shoot. We couldn't get it to get on here, but I want to show the people something. And right after this video shoot, then we want you to answer that question. So I'm gonna try to show you guys video shoot.
Hey, look here, y'all. I want y'all to take a hand down to this beauty shop here. Get a bleach car, like Marilyn Monroe, like the lady on the post up there. Get a hand in like that, all right? Come on, Marilyn. Come on. Let your girl let me baby. Come on, let's go. Hey, in a minute. What you think, honey? Is it me, girl? Hey, what's the matter with you? Nothing. I just didn't think we'd be playing in a place like this. Cool. Thought we'd be playing a card and they get fucking off. From what I heard about Ike, baby, the shit's about to hit the fan. Girl, now you know I can work the fuck out of you. You have to check the note of bitterness. It's a gig. And you know what they say about Ike. Oh, child, don't mind me. I'm just having a little fun. Nana Mae, what's that dude doing back there? It's looking kind of orange. No, girl, supposed to look like that. He is a singer? Yeah. But you gotta have more hair. Oh, she'll get bigger the way she's been eating. Yeah, Mae, we scared to eat around you. Girl, your appetite done picked up lately. I noticed that too. Noticed it, honey. Ray Charles could see it. Uh-oh, what?
Okay. Okay, you guys. I wanted to show that clip because this is actually going on in the salon. Maybe not as dramatic, but it does happen. It can be dramatic. Would you say that, Darlene?
Yes, it can happen that way.
It can happen that way where people actually can lose their hair. So let's talk about that a little bit of your experience, because you chose to let go all of the chemicals. And but I do have news for you today, and I do have news for anybody how to do it properly. So give us the gory details on how you actually restored your hair. But let's get the ugly first. Like, what happened to you with those double chemicals?
Well, I wanted something new, and I wanted some color, and I still love color. But I had a perm at that time, and the color and perm, the double chemicals broke mine off in different areas. It wasn't all short in one spot, but it was different areas. I guess because of the texture, the hair texture had something to do with it, because it's naturally kind of curly, and the texture has something to do with it, but it kind of broke it off in different areas. And then when I came in and started using your treatments, the illicit oil, and the other treatments that you put on, it started to grow back and get full again. So I'm to that point now where it's growing and getting full again. But I have kind of come to the conclusion probably I shouldn't do bleach color in mine. I should just keep it natural and work with this for a while.
Yeah, so there are so many people out there who refuse, I mean, refuse to even have that particular attitude. So damaged hair is, I mean, it's all over the place. I was in church today. I seen one lady, I'm like, she got the braids, it's CCCA alopecia, but I have actually color in my hair. My hair is actually 85% all gray, but how do we get to the point, just like that clip with Tina Turner? I mean, hello, Candace Adams. She's watching. She's also one of our winners. She got her prize yesterday, too. And thank you. A special shout out to Candace Adams. She walks in the salon. I have to keep talking about that. Candace wipes down the chairs. She folds the towels. She doesn't get axed. She doesn't, no one says do that. She's just all about that. I love her Christian attitude. I love what she does. And I just want to tell you, to everybody, Candace, I was not having the best day because of my stomach, but you made it you were one of the ones that made it better. So, but however, Darlene, color and relaxer can really be a beast because we want to look different. We want to look vibrant. So let's go to the relaxer first. Okay. So back in the day when you were getting a relaxer, a lot of people, hey cousin, hey Stephanie, when we were getting hello Michael McGee, when we were getting the relaxer back in the day, as salon professionals, or if you were at home, Darlene, tell us what's the 2 areas that we really wanted boned out straight.
The 2 areas when we really want our hair to be straight.
Mm-hmm. You can give me one, but just what do we want boned out straight?
Well, when you're wearing certain styles, for me, I like that "Who's That Lady" look. So I like the front of mine straight. It depends on what style you're wearing.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people want that. so the first thing we want straight is our edges.
Yes.
And the second thing we want, Candace said, bone straight at the root. I gotta post that, you guys. So Shaquita Green is in. How you doing, Shaquita? We gotta get together. And Miss Colvin says, hi everyone. Hello. So Shaquita is a salon professional. Adrian is salon professional. She's about to board a plane though. So Shaquita, you're gonna have to jump in as salon professional sometimes too. Candace says bone straight at the root.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that bone straight. And the bone straight did what over a period of time? Darlene, she may be having technical. She back, y'all. And so when we're boning it at the root, that's just like crazy, because of the fact we were over processing the hair. So we're over processing the hair. So Candace said, which this is Candace Adams comment here, bone straight at the root. I'm posting that. This is Candace Adams. And she's also a salon professional too. So when we're boning at the root, we're killing the hair. We're over processing the hair when we're boning it out like that. White people want their curly hair to kind of be straight, but sometimes they get a perm so they can add curls. African Americans, we're supposed to get the relaxer so we can actually have it a little straight. But a relaxer is to relax, but not to bone. When you bone in the hair, because Darlene, one strand is how many strands?
3.
3 strands. So when we start boning it, we're running that bun. The bun is the strand of hair. It's almost like taking some wires and ripping them up, because now we're boning the hair out. Generally, the 3 areas that we want our hair boned out is the front area.
Mm-hmm.
We want it boned out at the top, and we also want it boned out in the back root, the nape area. Back in the day, they called it what?
The nappy kitchen.
The nappy kitchen. The nappy kitchen. Everybody said, don't forget them kitchens. So, I mean, we're going to have fun with it, but we're going to get you guys to understand it. Me and Darlene know how to have fun. So, but it's that nappy kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are so upset if you say something about that hair being nappy. But that's what we called it back then. Nobody was offended back then, But now people, they offend, So, but we will always say back here. And when we were starting to bone it out over a period of time, we're killing our hair. We're constantly doing something to damage our hair, to take our hair in further areas where we are now over processing the hair. It's called over processing. So we got Stephanie Land says, how often should you straighten natural hair? I see young people flat ironing frizzy hair daily. Stephanie, cousin, first of all, when there are products that can actually help with the performance where you do not have to straighten your hair every day. You also need to know what to sleep in, how to keep the moisture in your hair. So how often you should straighten natural hair. I mean, you can, if over a period of time, if you overly, you got to temper. First of all, you got to, Shaquita Green, this is true. You got to temper the irons, because if you want to wear your hair curly and straight over a period of time, you won't be able to do that if you are over processing the hair. If you're overheating the hair, that means you're breaking the bonds. Natural hair, you can silk that hair out at least, twice a month or once a month, but you got to make sure that you're treating the hair. So while you're treating the hair, you're making sure that you're silking out the hair, but you're not over processing the hair. I have some clients where I have to, like with Darlene hair, you may not believe it, but I actually roller set her hair. I roller set the top of my hair, and then I can curl around here. I roller set Darlene's hair to eliminate ripping up her buns. So I will tell you, make sure that you have something protecting over it. Darlene got a protected treatment where it's bouncing off from being destroyed through heat. So Stephanie, when you see young people flat ironing their hair daily, they ripping it up. They destroying the bun. They are destroying I can't call it over processing, but they're damaging those one strands, there's 3 strands, they're ripping it up. And over a period of time, their hair won't bounce back to the curly because of the fact they are messing with, that is more, I think that's more of a dulcified bond. So they or salt bond, they're destroying those particular bonds, and they are ripping their hair up to the max. So I would say if you are doing a non-treatment on the hair, please do not over process your hair by constantly ripping up your bonds and the layers inside your hair. I actually have a book on it that will actually show you how and why not you should do that. I mean, that's like a huge no. So it may pop up, but I'll see it. But that is more information every day. It's not cool at all. So Stephanie say, okay, great, thanks. Information, Miss Darlene. You look beautiful and keep up the shine. Yes, Darlene is into. She gets her amino treatments, but also she gets her Shebe treatments, which is a food treatment. That food treatment takes her a long way. It strengthens her hair. Over a period of time, the tools that we're using can also mess with the strength of your hair. So you need to make sure that the hair tools are intact, that you're actually using, making sure that these hair tools, like your curling irons, if you know that your hair is thin, pull back on that heat, because maybe there's a temperature for you that can silk you out without going overboard. Miss Coleman says, when I wore a relaxer, I always like a little texture so it would be full. So I would suggest, like with my hair, I do a texturizer relaxer with my hair. I make sure that I don't bone it out because the products are concentrated. I don't have to, when you have good products, you don't have to overly use heat. It looks like maybe I boned it out, but I'm like you, Miss Coleman. I never liked a relaxer that was boned out, because when you have good products, like Darlene, hold up your glossifier.
Glossifier.
Yes. Now that's one product I can put on the root of my hair, or anybody whose hair is natural. I put it on Darlene's, and I'm able to silk her hair out without compromising. Her hair wet is naturally curly. And it's like all over. So with her wearing her hair like that, she doesn't lose her curl pattern. Her hair is naturally curly all over. You can see it just full, beautiful curls. But she wants it silked out, but her hair is gorgeous with silky, beautiful curls. But she has a choice. Just like in this book that I wrote, How to Get the Healthy Back in Your Hair, there's a chapter in here called Relaxer, Is It For Me? So now, understanding, you can texturize your relaxer by even using a comb that is a little larger than that little bitty teeth comb. You don't have to try to pull every curl. You can go curl, skip, and then kind of make sure that you're texturizing it, and not, so much of beating it with your hand. Your hand is a weight. That leads up to a lot. You can comb it down, blend it in. But before we do the relaxer, we put the protective strand on there that actually blocks it and keeps it from over processing. Now, with the color, we put the protective strand on there to cut down 50% of the processing time, and also to keep the roots from ripping up as well. So, like Darlene, are you considering a color? Because I do have some good news for you. If you are considering, you are?
Yes, I would love to have some more color. I got some. I mind having it a little lighter.
Okay. And also, she wants to get a little color. Like a lot of people look at my hair and it look like I put color all through it. It just looks whatever. But I am 85% all gray. So I got a little cheat, because whatever I put on there, that gray go pick it up and give me whatever I want. But this time, because a lot of people saw me with my hair black, I wore it black for a minute. So what I did was I took a little bit, I lifted it with a no lift by Pravana. So I lifted it as a salon professional brand. I lifted it a little bit, and it had no volume in it. It's still a chemical, but I did a little lift, and then I just kept every time. I was able to do my apple ciders. That was to detox, but it was also stripping a little of that color off. I did my Shea Bay that stripped a little of the color off because I was trying to get that black off. So I was treating it, but I just kept using that. So Darlene, good news for you is that you can actually do what I did. What was the with the zero volume? It was like it's called no lip. It's still a chemical, but what it does, it gives you a softer lip. Mm-hmm. And what I would do is spray the treatment spray on there to protect all of your hair, and then just do some big highlights through there, because you still have a lot of that other color on there, and you just want to go through there, and then you don't have to like keep that up like every month. You can just do your cellophanes, and then it's going to look lighter and lighter, but you're actually doing going more so the cellophanes, but you're just doing just a little friendly lift, and you'll see it in there, and then you'll be getting your treatments. So I'm able to put that pure Shea Bay on there too. So I can put the pure Shea Bay on there and then get that lift that you're looking for, and then make sure the protecting strand is saturated through there, and steam it in, and make sure that it's safer. How do you feel about that?
Sounds wonderful. Let's try it.
Okay. I knew she was going to say that. So, but one thing about doing color, stop telling yourself you're going to get the color and go back to the salon, because over a period of time your color is going to look so damaged. How often should you treat the color? Darlene, do you know that answer? Candace, Shaquita, how often should you treat your color?
You mean come in for treatments? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're on point because you're every 2-week client. So that customer out there who told me, oh yeah, I'm gonna treat my hair, just give me the color, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. So we got every 2 weeks. Darlene said every 2 weeks. Why every 2 weeks, Darlene?
Well, sometimes I think it depends on texture of hair as well. With mine, it kind of lasts about that long. After about 2 weeks, I kind of know the look and the feel of it, and they have another treatment done. But I have known of people that week, so I think it has something to do with texture, maybe.
Okay, we have let me see. I think we have Candace Adams. She has a comment. So we'll see what she says. And that's good. That's good habits of coming in every 2 weeks, because it shows consistency. Mm-hmm. That your hair is not going to say, oh, it reverts back when, and Candace Adams says protein and moisture. So if that protein is missing, if that moisture is missing, then the hair begins to what, Darlene, if we don't have that?
It begin to dry up and begin to eventually off.
I mean, there's no way to get around it. Come on, preach to me. That's what it's gonna do. It begin to dry, like she says, and do what?
Break off eventually.
Break off. So Shaquita Green says to train the hair and make sure y'all the products is working. Consistency is key. That is so true. because she said make sure all the products is working. If you at home and like I've gotten some people that want to do their colors at home or their relaxers or they do whatever, that is so dangerous. And they had a mind fixed, well, I've been doing it for years, it's whatever. That's not the same story for everybody. So that's not a good practice to preach and say that works. So here's a little snippet from my book, Too Much Heat in My Hair. And also we talk stress in the hair, putting because also with the color and the relaxer, now we got a double chemical, got a color relaxer we need to be in. Darlene says we need to be in how often?
Well, I come every 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So, and Candace said we need protein and moisture. Shakrita say consistency. So we got all those components working. So now, but what happens if you're on medication and everything seems to be working fine, but the medication, the side effect of the medication is hair loss? And which one of those chemicals do you think you should let go first? Which one, Darlene?
If you're losing hair,
That side effect is hair loss. Now you know that the doctor said you don't need any chemicals in there. Which one of the lesser evils should you really let go?
well, if you have a perm and you've referred to chemicals from a perm,
Because you get the relaxer more often, right?
yes,
That's the first one that you should consider to let go because of the fact you get that relaxer or going to want that relaxer more often. So you need to at least consider letting that one go first.
yes, I agree.
That is Candace said let go of the color. The color may be in there, but letting go that relaxer, because you're gonna come back faster wanting a relaxer. So I feel like letting that go, and then after you let that go, and then see how the hair is operating. If you have no shedding, and it seems like it's okay, but then if you start getting more shedding, and you start seeing something's wrong, and then it's time to let go both of them and concentrate only on treating the hair.
Mm-hmm.
And just treat the hair, and then you can let the color go and go to cellophanes. Now, if y'all think I'm showing off my nails, I am, because this is a new color for me. So I was, but I just want to say, let go the relaxer, right, Darlene?
Yes, yes. Let the relaxer go,
And then turn the chemical into a what? A cellophane, where
so
we're just doing or what they say, rinse, put a wrench on it,
yes,
wrench it for me, because now we can we can still cover the gray, right? We can and because we can still do that. And so Candace says, I thought the color because of lifting, not thinking the color for the gray coverage. Well, because we can compromise with a color, but like my hair has a whole lot of range on it, So it is a lot of cellophane on here. It is, so Darlene has a cellophane. I have a cellophane, so we all cellophane up in here. And let me see, I may have a close up Darlene's hair because she does have the cellophane on her hair. So while we have the cellophanes on there, we can actually look like we have color by letting that go. I have many clients that come in and they get their cellophanes, but the relaxer is like a big thing. And then actually with the Deserve products, we actually have um, opportunities for you to have treatments that could silk out the hair and also straighten the hair at the same time. So you can still look like your hair is straighter than um, than it really is. Because Darlene, she's able to silk her hair out. You're able to do that. But having concentrated products really work, because I had a really bold picture where you could really see Darlene's hair with the actual color. So Darlene, now that you can slide into getting the color, what would be the new behavior? Because at nighttime we must make sure that we're rolling our hair.
Yes.
This is her color. That's her color. So she's able to still wear her hair and not be as concerned about, and her color still looks highlighted in there. So we can take bigger chunks of her hair, give her something to get that look as if that it has it on there. And then Candace says, not questioning the response. I just forgot about the other reason. Yeah. But Candace, that you're right to. Now, the color would go first if we're dealing with somebody who's a blonde. Yeah. Because that blonde, or if their hair is white, or they're wearing their hair a certain really light color, we might consider that first, because they're going to want their roots touched up faster. They're going to want, am I right, Darlene? You going to want, people with blonde hair going to want,
roots down. Yeah, you want it all the way down to the roots. So,
you want it, you want it down to the root. You got a reputation. You got to keep it silk, real nice. Because did you know color actually straightens the hair?
Yes.
Did you know that? Because you can, even especially if you over process that color, it's gonna make your hair look like it's silked out. Stephanie says the color was pretty. I see why she wants color again. Actually, that wasn't color on there. That's her cellophane. So yeah, it's a range. So it's a range on there, but we can still highlight that just a little bit, so she can see more of a permanent. Yes, Stephanie, that is really what we work hard on, to give her that appearance and give her that look. Miss Coleman said, I often wondered that. Yeah, color can straighten the hair, especially if there are some colors that take you up all the way up to 7 stages. Stephanie says, see my previous comment about the range. yeah. Like I did a client, y'all. I treated the fool out of her hair, but I did a client and I molded her hair, but this is just 6 stages. And then this is when I finished, because she wanted, but her hair is so thick and full, because I thought that was gorgeous. Oh my God, y'all not even ready for this. She called me. I'm going through something. I want my hair really, she wanted we did it like a grayish color, and she said, I want it lighter. I had to really put that treatment in her hair, and she went very light. She got it. She wanted it cut. She went to, because I cut her hair fuller. She went to somebody else and she said, I want my hair cut real short. And this is her aftermath. I had to lift it even some more, but I put that treatment on there, and she wanted her hair. She was like, "No, I want my hair lifted." So she wanted white, you know. So I had to keep putting that treatment. I had to stabilize her hair, and now that she has it, her hair is going to rest now. Now she has a lot of gray hair, so she don't have to get color often. But when she will need root touch ups, but she wants to keep it real short, and we treated her hair. She had zero shedding, zero. Her hair wasn't mushy, nothing. That's because I kept spraying that treatment in her hair, and her hair was now it's pretty strong. But I would not dare do that to somebody like Darlene.
Yes, I know. It would break off.
I wouldn't do that to me. I wouldn't do that to Candace. I wouldn't do that to everybody. Her hair, that lady hair can take a licking and keep on sticking. But she knows she's getting that break, and then all she's gonna do is come in and get her hair treated. She's just gonna be getting treatments after treatments, just keeping it strong. And it's that short, so we don't have much to treat, and we're gonna let it grow. Her hair is naturally curly, but because of those different stages, she has lost her curl pattern. She would have to let that color grow out, or she would have to keep getting that treatment that will reverse her hair back around to her natural curls. But she's got to get some length on there. She's got to get some length. She don't need to put no more color on there because it's going to keep going to that level. Because actually, a color to that level is acting like two chemicals. It's acting like a relaxer, and it's acting like a color chemical. So, Darlene, what do you think about that? That's not the route that we all should go, but treating the hair and the apple cider. Darlene, you get the apple cider. That also helps with your pH. So you got to balance the pH in your hair. You cannot leave the salon without balancing out your pH. I had to balance out her pH, and to make sure that it was so high. It was a 17. I had to get it all the way back down to a 6, down to a 4.5. So, and the reason why your hair is damaged is because the pH balance is off. It's kind of like that color is still activated in your hair. So that's what I'm bringing to the table, is that we have to be and time those colors. You can't just sleep in it and let them just, over process the hair. You got to time it. Also, if you're trying to go up, we did 3 different color sessions or whatever. Two color sessions. I would suggest, if you're wanting your dream color, be patient with the process. You may not get that color you want the first time, but be patient and then wait it out. How often should you wait? Like if I'm lifting you up to a blonde and we're at an ash blonde, we're almost there, and we got to stop because that's enough of processing that color. Darlene, how long should you wait before you come back and do another color session? Shaquita, you should answer that question. Darlene can guess. Candace, you should know. How quick should you come back to go ahead and lift that person up to that platinum blonde? What do you think, Darlene?
I think you need to wait until the treatment has gotten it healthy first, to where it can withstand the chemicals that's going on it. So the pain varies. I think it has something to do with the texture of the hair.
Mm-hmm. That's up my alley. That's me. So Stephanie, what you think? Candace, Shaquita, Uh, if a client is ready, then 3 weeks to 3 to 4 weeks, at least 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, a customer could be ready if the hair is already healthy, because you don't have that far to go. You may have just 2 more stages, and then you can continue, and you want to steam the treatment in. Shaquita said 4 weeks. Stephanie, what you say? How Candace didn't say, Stephanie just say,
For 4 weeks, I
Miss
think
Coleman.
4 weeks.
Huh?
4 weeks sounds really good for as far as waiting, because by the time it needs to be healthy enough to where it can withstand, another set of chemicals though. But 3 or 4 weeks, I agree.
Okay. And the reason being because the hair needs to rest.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
just like whooping a child. If you keep beating that area, they gonna bleed. They gonna do something else. So just wait it out. And then you go back. Don't keep beating somebody. And don't beat the meat, don't beat the child. You have to be patient with the process. Everybody not gonna learn something all in one day. So don't be beating folk, and do not over process the hair, because you will rip up the buns. Now, and what are the buns? So now I ain't gonna be keep giving y'all stuff, because now we got to go to the you winning the prize stuff. So Stephanie says the key is healthy hair for color 4 weeks. Your hair is healthy and beautiful too, as always. Thank you. That hint of light is really showing the shine. Is it? He's showing the girl. Okay. That's so sad. That's sad that see how I'm acting. A compliment, I must not be used to them. So I give them out. I love to give them out. But thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, I love to I worked hard for this, because your cousin Stephanie had me black, okay, for a long time. And I did that. I was in the vows, okay? But when I'm red, this is the whole personality comes out. And I just love it. I just love it. And so thank you for that, cousin. And also, Darlene, um, we have come to the point where our guests need to win a prize. So is there Candace says, yep, you show up with the shine, Angie. Thank you. What question do you want for them to win a prize today, Darlene? What question that you give me something to give to them?
Well, I like when we talked about where we want our hair straight. At what points do we want our hair the straightest?
That's a good one. Don't you give them? Okay, that's a good one. Okay, did y'all hear her? She said, what was the 3 areas?
At least 2 areas.
Okay, she trying to be nice. Okay, what's the 2 areas? She being real nice. And this is for a prize now. That we want our hair real straight. Thank you. That we want our hair real straight. So y'all better type it. She said 2 now. Okay. So Shaquita said roots, edges, kitchen. Yeah. Candace said edges, the kitchen, and the crown. So Darlene gave y'all 2. So Candace and Shaquita got it. Anybody else? We usually get 3, but if nobody's typing, Darlene, do you agree to these answers?
Yes, we have 2 winners. Yes, yay.
Yeah, so we have 2 winners. I'll try to get somebody else, but they did nobody else want no prize. Candace and Miss Coleman, you knew that answer. Stephanie knew that answer. Okay. Well, what we're gonna do is we're going to congratulate uh Miss Miss Shaquita, and then we're gonna also congratulate Candace Adams. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Okay, that thing kept going then. But we want to thank you so much, Darlene, for coming on the show and just giving. I love when we have special guests, but what is it? Is it because you work so hard, and I know it on your hair, and you're so educated? What do you want to tell somebody who wants to be like you, but they haven't gotten started? What would you suggest to them?
Well, the first step is come on in and trust the process. You might not always agree, with the time frame of what Angela may tell you. You may want color too soon, but trust the process and listen to what she's saying and follow directions. And for best results, use the products as directions tell you.
Mm. I really appreciate that because it's a lot of hard work. You could be doing something else. I could be doing something else. And Darlene and Candace, y'all one of the main ones that show up. Miss Coleman, Shaquita, y'all show up at these shows, and it could not be like that. And y'all show up and y'all support this, but it's really about education. It's really about knowing how to choose the right hairstylist. It's really about that. So y'all know one of my little favorite poems, and we're gonna close right after here. And I just want to give a special shout out to my client, Lauren. Lauren is headed to the 11th grade. She came yesterday, and I told her that I would be going. So a special, hey Janice, how you doing? A special shout out to Lauren, and I'm gonna tell you why, Darlene, and everybody, is because her mother, Vanessa Cunningham, actually teaches her these people are well off people. They like you, Darlene. They got it going on, and and what I love about Vanessa as a mom is that, and thank you, Vanessa. She always brings me breakfast. Thank you so much when she comes to appointments. But one thing I wanted to give a shout out to Lauren because Lauren is headed to the 11th grade. She's the only child. We know only children, the only child can be extremely spoiled. Vanessa say you also got to know what you need by selecting a professional too. Amen to that. Amen to that. But what I love about Lauren is, and Vanessa, she took her daughter to the homeless shelter and they feed the homeless people. Okay. And so, and they serve them lunch, breakfast, dinner, or whatever shift that they take. Lauren, Vanessa, which is the mom, she said, I don't know if this is effective. Um, and then yes, Candace, you met Lauren yesterday too. So Candace know this story. So she said, Vanessa said, I don't know if this is effective. I don't know what I'm trying to teach my child about underprivileged people if this is working. And she said when she got in the car, Lauren said, could she give her whole months or whatever of allowance to buy supplies in the bulk for these people? Parents, I know these kids, your children, your babies, your precious baby, they so precious, they so precious. But I know that you want them to have the best tennis shoes, the best education. You want them to have the best of the best of the best. But sometimes, Darlene, back me up, you should take them to where there is a child who needs just a good meal.
Yes, for sure.
Right?
Yes, that's part of healthy living as well. Yes. Help out.
Yes. They live in bubbles. So you need to get your children and figure it out how they can become humble children, because they are seeing another child who just wants a pair of tennis shoes, just some shoes without holes in it. So Vanessa gave me the information, and if anybody's interested in it, you let me know. But she gave me the information where I'm going to, because I love volunteering my time to the homeless. So I said, hey, this is a prayer answer. I'm going to do it too. But when I tell you, taking the attention, we're always trying to fix up our houses, buy bigger and better cars. We're always trying to what we call level up and all this other stuff. But what we need to do is figure out how to work for the kingdom, how to work for God, how to work for his people who are poor. That's what we really need to do. And so I just want to do a shout out to Lauren. Praise you, baby. Please keep that up. She's a straight A student. I just thank God for parents like Vanessa and parents like even Darlene. I mean, these are true moms that hold it down, okay? And they support their children, And Vicky said, Ms. Coleman says, hallelujah, love you, one another, love your neighbor as you do yourself, amen. And a special highlight, shout out to the young man today who got baptized. He looked like he probably was about in his late 20s, and he was brave enough to go down front and get baptized at Quench Church of Christ. That's my church. And thank God for that. He got baptized. And so now the devil is a little bit upset because now we have another one, So thank God for that. And a special blessing. So Darlene, our special guest, thank you for coming out to the show today. You guys figure out what you're supposed to be doing for the kingdom and how you're supposed to be serving, because God would love to hear from you. So we're going to close it out, and happy Sunday to everybody. And hey, we'll be coming back with many more shows, and email us at info@deservehealthyhair.com if you have any show ideas for us for the near future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk hair, let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Let's talk hair.